Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your April 16th to the 30th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Awesome. And now let's see what the chakra energy is for this time. Now this is going to be the energy where we're going to feel a little bit vulnerable. Like if we feel under attack, it'll go to this chakra. If we feel stressed out, it'll go to this chakra. So just to be mindful of that. So let's see here. Capricorn, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And then finally, the energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Capricorn, what is the energy that Capricorn needs to be mindful of? April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. Now the left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We start off with the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we're born on the cusp with Aquarius, this part of our personality is going to come out quite intensely and as a warrior. Then we have the Four of Wands, which is absolutely beautiful. We have the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Again, beautiful energy, along with the Two of Cups, which is unity, which is gorgeous. We then have the Nine of Wands. Oh, I really like that imagery for it. We have the Hanged Man, which is a little bit sad, but also very beautiful. We have the Empress, and we have the King of Swords. Again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Knights, of course, become kings. It was very desirable to have a knight that, to have a king that was also a knight, or who was once a knight. So that's really quite beautiful there. There's a lot of strength here. we have the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Of course, that is you, Capricorn, right here shining through. As a student, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The repeat of the number 9 means we're coming to the completion of a cycle, and it's something to, here with the Nine of Pentacles, is something to be rejoiced in. The Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups, which we are being a student of what we love, what we desire, what we wish for, what we hope for. So that's really quite pretty. We then have our chakra energy, which is divine wisdom, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is going to be a time spiritually, guys, where we're going to be super curious about things. We're going to want to open up certain doors. We're going to want to look down certain ways and just think about things differently. And it's going to make us feel like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. Like, or not, maybe not doing something wrong, like, but I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Why am I seeking answers here? Why aren't I looking at things, in a more conventional way? It's like, no, go down this path. Because again, this is going to be where we're a bit sensitive. So there's going to be a sense of, well, can I do this? Can I walk down this path? Do I know what I want? Do I know what I desire? Where is it that I want to be? And this is a time where Spirit is guiding us, but we might find it very hard to listen to that guidance. So just be mindful. Meditation, oh my gosh, meditation, Capricorn, would be so beneficial for you to just sit back, be able to connect with yourself, being able to connect with your breath, even doing Wim Hof, who I have linked in the description box below, doing his breathing exercises. I have, I think, the regular one linked. He also has one for beginners, which is also super, super cool. So being able just to connect with our body and to let in the wisdom will be something that shatters expectations. It really does. It's like, oh my gosh, this is what I thought I could do, but this is what I'm doing. And it's going to be a brilliant way to move forward. The energy we need to be mindful of is the Prince of Swords, which is very interesting because the Prince of Swords is the Knight of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It starts off our reading. So we have this energy that's going to be very much akin to us during this time. But this is going to be a person who's rather reckless. It's like, I'm going to charge forward. I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to go after what I desire. That's it. Period. End of the discussion. Come with me. Great. Don't come with me. I'll trample you down. There's a sense of embracing ideas, of looking at things differently, questions, diving deeper into things. So here, the Prince of Swords is going to be something that challenges us. Now, we're crowned here with the Knight of Swords. This is a sense of, I'm slaying my dragons. I'm going after what I want. I'm going after what I desire, which makes us very connected with the Prince of Swords energy that we have to be mindful of. Now, it can be that as we're, toppling the chaos that held us back, we start to look at things and really kind of get in our own way. So there could be a warning from Spirit here saying, don't get in your own way. Look at things, kind of think things through before just charging forward. That could be very important, and that is very important during this time. But there's also a sense of, I'm going after what I want. I'm going after what I desire. It's been long enough sitting on the sidelines. Now it's time to go for the gold. And there really is the sense of awakening, of a part of us that was once dormant, being awakened, rising, gaining a greater understanding, knowing a more beautiful truth. And as we move forward towards this power, in this understanding, we move forward greater in ourselves, greater in what we develop, greater in who we want to be. And it leads us to the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is celebration, happiness, joy, success, beauty. It's a sense of being able just to rejoice. And now this can be a commitment as, as lasting or as powerful as a marriage, but this is also a sense of being married to something within our hearts. What do we want? What are we developing? How are we moving forward? How are we seeing this come into our day-to-day lives? And there's being bold enough. It's being bold enough here to go after it, to say, this is what I want. This is who I am. I'm opening up the doors, and it doesn't matter if people get it. Great. If people don't get it, I'm still moving forward till people start to hear the power and the brilliance that is guiding me. And this becomes a time where we start to look at things a little bit differently, a little bit more openly, a little bit more honestly, a little bit more powerfully. And it leads us then to the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is this loving, nurturing, beautiful energy that comes in and says, I'm moving you forward. I'm bringing you what you desire. I'm opening up the doors. I'm holding you in my arms so that you can embrace your world. You can embrace what you love and what you want, and you can see yourself move towards your goals. And there's this real sense here of being able to nurture within us what we had once thought had to be hidden away. There's a sense of beauty stepping forward. There's a sense of the eternal mother around us. And we also have this right here with the line with the Empress. So the eternal mother figure comes forward. Now, whether it be from the spirit side, our mothers coming in, or whether it be just in life, our mothers coming forward, or this mothering energy, this mothering person being around us, and we just think, wow, I feel so safe. I feel so comforted with this person, with this energy. There's a sense here of building more than what we had anticipated. We once thought, okay, it's just going to go like this, and we're going to see the cup start to overflow. We're going to start to see things going in a direction we hadn't anticipated, and it leads us to unity. It leads us to acceptance. It leads us to an understanding. It's almost like everything can't be planned. Everything, and it's not almost like everything can't be planned. We tried, and we try to plan it. We try to predict it. We try to gain another understanding of it. But there's a real sense here of the doors opening, of unity coming in, of passion and insight and power guiding us. And there's this real sense of, as we are uniting with what we love and what we want and the way we want to move forward and what we've been fighting for, it brings us to the Nine of Wands. And in our hearts, we have to say to the world, I'm done listening. I'm done listening to everybody's, ideas. I'm done listening to what you're trying to sell me. Now it is time for me to embrace the way that I want to move forward, what it is that I desire within my life, how I want to be. And it's not being selfish or egotistical, okay? What it is it's saying, I need a truth here. I need a power here, and it needs to be a part of me. And everybody has the ideas of how we should live our lives, how we should raise kids, how we should, be with our partners, how we should. And yet, when you look at them, and if you ask the person, do you have any regrets? You will never find somebody, well, you might find somebody who says, no, I have no regrets. But there is always something that we wish we would have done differently. That, people look at and say, maybe I shouldn't have. But here's the thing. Most people, or the people who know that the path that they've walked and the lessons that they have learned had to be through falling and failing and skinning their knees and, getting bloodied. They're not going to be the ones that are so quick to tell how to live your life. They're going to be the ones that more sit back, that more look at things, that more say, well, we'll see how this goes for you, or maybe you shouldn't do that. And that's about all the warning they'll give. The Nine of Wands is looking at the world and saying, I respect your opinion, but I have to move forward in what's right for me. And as we do this, we start to see things differently. And it can feel, I feel like this is a sad hangman, because I feel like this is a bird that is falling from its perch. So it's almost as if, and what Spirit is showing me here, it's almost as if a part of us has to die away in order for us to see things differently, in order for us to embrace the insights, to embrace the deeper understandings, and then be able to move forward, then be able to go after what we want, then be able to see more clearly and to rise higher. And it's not going to be the way that we saw things before. And it's interesting because it's as we embrace this celebration, it's like things start to change. And we have this time of being able to really take in and embrace what we desire. But there's also going to be the sense of, I didn't expect it to be quite like this. I didn't expect it to be either so hard or so different. I didn't expect to be pushed out of my comfort zone as intensely as I am. And then the Empress comes in, and there's just a sense of a hidden power coming forward. There's just a sense of, that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. That's what I needed to see here. And as we start to see this more clearly, as we start to see ourselves more clearly, it's like, but this is a part of me I can't deny. Like, this is a place I need to stand. There can also be this beautiful coming together, this just kind of feminine energy around us that lets us be able to create, that lets us be able to bring something forward into the world that we've been longing for, looking for, desiring. And it brings us to the King of Swords. It's like, I'm not going to take any nonsense. I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to go after what I want. And, I'm going to fight for this. The King of Swords is not the type of person to be quiet. It can be that at times we really do have these battles with people. And they're the ones that are kind of business-minded, very, the battles that we're good at, Capricorn, okay? So there's going to be the sense of like the bottom line, what are we doing here? What are we doing there? And there's going to be this person that we run up against that's like, no, I'm not looking at it the same way you are. Now, there are going to be some of these people, okay, so what Spirit is saying is before we judge, before we sit there like I'm ready to attack, look at what they have to say. Because there are going to be a few people that, one or two, that have a really good idea, but they're going to go against what we think is right. So we're going to sit there and be like, well, that's wrong. And it's not necessarily going to be wrong. But there's this power here of moving forward, of cutting through fears and doubts and chaos and angers and upsets. And there's this place that we stand now. And there's this way that we move forward that really can be just a challenge to work with at times, because we're like, no, this is what is needed. And we feel it deep in our bones. We feel it in our very heart. And there's this powerful sense of moving forward. There's this powerful sense of going after what we want, of going after what we develop. There's this sense of a maturity coming in that makes things clearer. So there can be this bit of an argument of like, I wish this happened sooner. I wish I knew this before. And Spirit is saying it needs to come with maturity. But there's also something here where like you're looking for something, you're listening to everything, you're looking at things, and you're going to beat yourself up because it's like, I should have done this, before. I should have gotten this settled before. But it's actually going to take a little bit more time than right now. So it's going to be with maturity that things really start coming into play. And it's going to be with the sense of knowing our mind, knowing what we want, knowing what we desire, being able to articulate it, but also being able to fight for it, being able to sit there in our power and be like, you know what? No, I'm not going to be pushed around. I'm not going to be denied. There is power here. There is brilliance here, and I'm moving forward in it. It leads us in the public arena to being students of what we desire, students of where we want to be, diving deeper into who we are. And it's really important for us in the public arena, especially. It's when we realize I don't have all the answers. And we might laugh and say, oh my gosh, Dane, I knew that all along. I don't have all the answers. I have a multitude of questions. And there's a need here to step back, to look at the questions, to look at what we desire, to look at what we want, to look at what we need, and to see how things interconnect, see how we dig deeper into the truth of what we want, to the place that we want to be, to what is right, and then also what is wrong for us, and just be really open and honest with ourselves. It then leads us to this place of being able to celebrate. It leads us to being able to have our eyes opened, being able to rejoice, being able to take in a blessing, a power, a way of being. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. I know there's going to be a lot of hard work to come, but I'm celebrating this. I'm embracing this. I'm moving forward in the power and in the brilliance and in the purpose that is me. And there's nothing that's going to hold me back. There's knowing, again, that yes, there's hard work to come, and it's going to be in a way that leads us towards our dreams, but has us moving in a direction that we didn't see it coming. And it can almost be like being blindsided, but it's like things got turned on their heads, or, we thought we were headed this way and all of a sudden we're taking this turn, and it's like, is this right? Is this wrong? Do I know what I want? And it's like, yeah, we do. We definitely do. We know what we want. We know where we need to be, but we have to kind of embrace the side road, like embrace the turns that are coming. It leads us to the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is needing to gather up our information, gather up what we desire, leave some things behind because they're just not relevant anymore, and move forward. There are some things here where it's like, okay, if I keep on holding on to this, I'll never get to where I want to be. If I keep on, being defined by this, I will be silenced forever. There's going to be the sense of extremes here. There's also going to be a sense of people aren't telling me the full story. People are kind of hoarding information for themselves. I get it. But I need to embrace what I know. I need to embrace what I desire. And I need to kind of step back and look at things a little bit more cunningly, because we're going to be able to really figure out a lot of what's hidden from us without anybody even saying. And it's going to make them be like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? And then we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, we begin with a page. We begin with ourselves as a page, as a student, and we end with a page. We end with a student. Now, this can also be child energy. This could be embracing ourselves with the Page of Pentacles as a child, looking at the child self, looking at what we've been through, holding our own arms open to that child and taking us in and saying, I connect with you. This could also be a earth child, earth sign child that we're very connected with, or a water sign child that we're very connected with. There are going to be different ways that they have us see things. This is going to be more practical, more down to earth. This is going to be a lot more emotional. This child could be a lot more sensitive. This child can be, well, an earth sign child can also be very sensitive. But this one I see having more tears, like needing a good cuddle. This child, the earth sign child, would just kind of burst themselves up and be like, I got this, I'm focused, I'm going to keep on going. It'll be something really big that makes them stop and like need a cuddle. And I'm talking about little kids, but there's this sense, even with older kids, even with teenagers or even adults, this is a sense of when it's big, I need to be able to have my safe place. And that's always going to be a part of us. And here with the Page of Cups, always being able to check in. That's going to be so important. Always being able to have this sense of emotional stability. If we don't have the sense of emotional stability, or if this person doesn't have the sense of emotional stability, it can scar them their whole entire life in a much deeper way. In a way where you might say other signs like, oh, kind of buck up, like it's okay, just let's keep on going. But it's not going to be that easy. There's a sense here of learning about our emotions, learning about what we want. During this time, for us, Capricorn, this is a real sense of, where do I want to be? What is it that I desire? What is it that I want? Where does my heart lie? If it doesn't have emotion to it, I don't want to be bothered. And there are times where it doesn't have emotion to it, or it has begrudging emotion to it, and we still have to be bothered. But there's this real need for connection, and this real need to see things more honestly, more openly than we had before. So let's look at our spirit guide message. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, show me clearly. Fantastic. And these were all meditated upon and shuffled on beforehand. So here, it's peace. We need the peace, especially in the public arena, because we can kind of be dealing with a viper's den at times. People being a bit sneaky, having to figure things out on our own. And there's such a blessing that comes in that if we let ourselves be consumed by the sneakiness, it will ruin the blessing that comes. So if we focus on peace, meditation, this sense of being connected with our body and our breath, and really looking at what builds us, what guides us, that's going to be so important. Kind of taking us out of the chaos and saying, this is where I need to be. This is what I desire. This is the time out. This is the quiet that needs to be embraced. It moves us then to our spirit animal message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Which is the parrot spirit, which says, watch your words. Because we're not going to be able to build the life that we want if we're constantly cursing ourselves or doubting ourselves or speaking negatively to ourselves. Our words are so important. Even our worries, even our fears. We might be going through a dip. We might be going through a dry spell. We might be going through an intense time, or a time where we're not sure if we're going to be able to really embrace or have what we thought we were going to have. And so here with the parrot spirit, it's like, don't speak the words of negativity forward. Look at them, understand them, and then keep on moving forward towards your success, towards what you desire, because it's coming, and it really is. The subconscious spirit message is the turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Give to yourself, give to what you desire with gratitude and grace for where you are right now and for the blessings that are to come. It leads us then to our subconscious spirit message, spirit guide message, which is authentic. There we go. I couldn't see the word. It's written in white. So it's authentically being who we are. It's saying, this is what I want. This is what I desire. This is who I am. And it's even when the whole world is telling us to be something else. It's like, no, but this is me. And I stand tall and firm in that. And it's really interesting because people pick up on inauthentic people. Like, they pick up on fakeness, right? So when we are embracing our authenticity, when we're saying, this is me, like kind of what's in all, this is who I am. Some people won't like it, and that's one thing, but most people will see it, and that's astounding. So it puts us in a different league. It really does, because they can see the passion and the truth behind your eyes. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is communication. And this is the third chakra. And this is a sense of being able to communicate on multifaceted different levels, being able to communicate more in-depthly, more powerfully, more succinctly with people. And it's embracing that. It's also knowing that subconsciously we're going to be taking in a lot more than what's just said. So we're going to be watching every single aspect of the conversation, not just the surface value. So knowing that and realizing that if we walk away from something feeling drained or feeling overwhelmed or feeling like we weren't heard, it's because subconsciously we've picked up on more than what was there. It can also be a sense of more coming out within our own selves than what we had anticipated. The subconscious person message is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so this is us coming through once again. Earth sign energy. It's page energy in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So we do have that repeat of the page. There's a lot that we are learning about our prosperity, about the way that we want to move forward. Do not make any really rash, big decisions during this time, because you're going to be like, oh, I wish I thought this out sooner, or I wish I had, not spoken so quickly. So just kind of step back and really study what it is that is wanted, because what somebody is going to try and do is they're going to try and get you to act without thinking or act in the heat of the moment or out of fear. And then that's going to be really good for them. It's not going to be really good for you. The subconscious tarot message is the Queen of Swords. And now I love this because you have the King and the Queen of Swords right here. This is soulmate connection, true love connection, powerful connection. This is a sense of I will not be bullied. I will not be bossed around. I know what it is that I want. I know where it is that I'm heading. I cut through all the nonsense. And even if we're unsure at times where we're headed, there's a sense of knowing. There's knowing that there's more out there than what we had thought originally, that there's power, that there's insight, that there's, brilliance. And it's really, really embracing that. And there's a sense here of like such clarity coming forward that it can seem overwhelming at times. It's like just such insight. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we unite in our authority, in our determination. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.